Hi everyone, welcome back to the Kids Clay channel. So I've decided I'm going to set up a wheel that I'm going to spin, and it has all different animals that I've written down that I've wanted to make out of clay for a while. If you have seen my shop, you'll know that most of the stuff that I make is really tiny. I make a lot of really tiny animals, but I wanted to do something a bit bigger and a bit more detailed. I also wanted to do something similar to the crystal dragons, where I only make one of each thing so they're unique and they'll all be completely different. So I'm trying out a lot of new techniques. I'm just going to spin the wheel and whatever animal it lands on, I'm going to try and make. This is kind of like my first time trying bigger sculptures, so we'll see how it goes. I'm trying out a lot of new techniques that I haven't done before, so they might not come out the best, but we'll see how we do. So let's just get straight into the video and start making some animals.
I did make this adorable little cow last week, and he was part of the inspiration for this video because I wanted to make him some friends. I think he's adorable, so I want to do something in a similar style to him. So let's spin the wheel and see what the first animal is that we're making. The first one is a mouse, and I'm so excited for this one because I had a lot of cute ideas for how I was going to do it. So I started doing some research on Pinterest and Instagram and stuff like that to get some inspiration. I came across this one and I love the little pose that he's doing, so I'm going to do a similar thing to that. Here I am just making its head. I gave him really big eyes and a tiny little mouth and nose. And I knew I wanted him to be really cute and chunky, so here I'm making his body, and I gave him really big ears because I thought that just looked adorable. You can see me here using some eyeshadows and a fluffy brush to add little patches on him in his ears and in his fur. I really love using powders like this because it gives you an effect that you can't really get with just clay. Like, it's amazing for doing shading like what I've done in the ears and on the feet, and for patches on fur as well. It just gives you more depth and texture, I think. As you can see, I made him a big strawberry to hold on to, and I thought that was a perfect little addition. And here he is finished and ready to go in the oven. I love how he came out. I think he's adorable. I love trying out the technique with the eyeshadow. I think that worked really well. And looking at him, I think he kind of matches really well with the style of the cow that I did. So I'm going to try and make everything kind of cohesive to match these two. Back to spinning the wheel, and this time we got a horse or a pony. I'll be honest and say that the horses are my least favourite out of all the things I make in this video. I decided that I was just going to make the horses out of plain white clay, and then after they've baked I would paint them like a horse pattern. In my head I thought that would look really good, but I've never actually painted before, so it didn't go very well. But you know, it's fine. I tried something and it didn't work. I made two of these white ones, and I do actually like the shape of the horse. The actual sculpture I think looks quite good. And then you'll see later on that I also went back and made another horse that was actually made out of coloured clay like I'd make anything else. And that one does look a little bit better than these white ones, but I'm still not overly keen on the horses. I'll show you what this one looked like at the end of the video when it's all dried. But now I'm just going to show you me making that other horse that I made out of coloured clay. Just before I was about to make this one, I had a parcel come, and it was this little cake decorating stand I bought for this that spins around, and that made such a difference. It was so helpful to not have to like bend over everything to see. I could just spin it around. As you can see, this one looks a lot better than the last one. I did end up using paint though, but I mixed it with water and then flicked it at the horse to give it some like tiny little white specks that I think looked really cool. I also used some more eyeshadow on its legs to give it those darker spots. Back to the wheel again, and this time we got a duck. When I was looking for inspiration, I came across this photo by Tumble Creatures, and I wanted to do something kind of similar to this but in my style. This was me making its head, and I really struggled with the beak because it was such a weird shape. This was my first attempt at the beak and I hated it. It just looks so weird. So I did it again. And I completely redid it, and there I'm just shading it again with some eyeshadow to make it look a bit more realistic. And then this is what the head was looking like at that point, which is a bit better. The whole time though, when I was making this, I couldn't tell if I liked it or I hated it. I think I like it now, but it was just really tricky to make it look right. I decided to add some little flowers to its head, and I put a little flower in its beak too, and I thought that was a really cute touch. There I was just dusting it with some glitter. And here's our duckling ready to go in the oven. I think the glitter was a really nice touch because it almost makes it look wet like a duck would. Back to the wheel again, and this time we are making a Highland cow. I was really excited for this one because I'd obviously had a bit of practice with a cow before, and I love Highland cows. This is me making its little head. I also pressed some sandpaper into its nose to give it a rough texture like they have. I came across another post by Tumble Creatures, and this is the pose that I went for with it kind of laying down. I gave it little horns and shaggy hair, and I'm honestly obsessed with how this one came out. It's definitely my favourite, even though it's probably the most simple one. I just love everything about it. The little pose of him laying down is so cute. And I didn't spin the wheel for this one, I just wanted to make another mouse, but after I made the head I just thought it looked like a bunny. I don't know why, because I did it the same as the mouse face, but I just wanted to make it into a bunny, so that's what I did. I gave it cute big ears and little brown patches on its fur this time, and I gave it a little pink bow, and I also after this ended up dusting some glitter onto it to make it really shimmery, and this was her ready to go in the oven. She's even got a tiny little cute bunny tail. And these are all the guys that I managed to get done. I could have done more, but I only did these over 2 days, and I had a lot of orders to pack and stuff as well, so I was just doing this on the side. But I think they came out really cute. And I think I did a pretty good job of making them all fit in with my style too. They all look similar. Here's some little clips of them all individually in the sun. Like I said, the horses are still my least favourite. I just don't really like them, but it was my first time trying them, so it's okay. My favourite, the little baby Highland cow. I don't know if it's because he's more simple than the rest, or I don't know what it is, but I just love him. So next time I do another batch of animals, I'm gonna try and make more like him. The other little cow is also my favourite, so I'm definitely going to end up making a lot more cows. I think the other things I probably just need a little bit more practice with. Here's the slightly better horse. And the little duckling. Looking at it now in the sun, I actually do like it. I kept being undecided about it because of how tricky it was to make, I think, but I really do think it's cute. And the little baby bunny. Other than the cows though, the mouse is definitely my other favourite. I think he's adorable. I'm definitely going to be doing more of these in different colours and holding different fruits and things because I just think he's perfect. I have a couple of summer markets next week, so that will probably be what my next video is about, and I will be taking these guys with me and seeing how they do, seeing if people like them. So make sure to subscribe if you're wanting to see that, and I will probably end up making a few more animals before those markets too, so you'll probably end up seeing a few more of these. Let me know if you have any suggestions of what I should make next, and that is it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.